Hey, good evening, guys. Good to see you. Okay, oops. There you go. Let me increase the brightness a bit. Okay, fantastic. Great. Okay, all right. We can get started soon. Because we did set a target for ourselves to try and complete this game and that we're working. However, despite the temptation that we want to get something done on the game front, I do want to take it slow. If there is even a single person who feels that it's moving too fast or they'd like to. So what we'll do is after we get the code up, Byron, you're going to code today, right? First,
Yeah,
right?
I can present.
Way, anybody can ask to code, but preference will be given to the ones who are less comfortable coding. Okay. Yeah, ideally someone who hasn't even programmed at all. Um, if not, at least not programmed in C++, maybe, right, some other language programmer or something like that. Preference will be given to them, but anyone can volunteer and say, hey, can I go next? And so on. Okay, so here, as soon as Byron brings up the code, yeah, great.
So the final answer for this.
Yeah, can you increase the font size just one step? Is this a Mac? It's a PC. It's a PC. All right, control PC.
Yeah, it's PC. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So here's what we had at the end of last class, and it kind of it actually did work. Did we try it out and did it work? Did we all try it out and it worked? Okay. So if everyone here, and I'm gonna change the screen layout so that I get all of you on screen. But the only way we'll move forward from this is if everyone thumbs up or gives me a signal at the same time on screen. So you'll all have to have your cameras on and say, yes, I'm comfortable with it. We can move on. Okay. Otherwise, we'll make sure that you are absolutely familiar with the terminology in this program, and you understand exactly what everything is doing. Okay, except the parts where I can say, well, you know what, skip it for and just believe that this is, srand does this and then forget, for now. Because there is an explanation. Some people have done some research and posted about srand and so on and so forth. Hey, by the way, Agnes, when you post on Reddit, you got to make sure you use the right Reddit username. Okay, so you can't post from the random Reddit username. Yeah, you got to make sure that you post with your Reddit whatever, because there was a post by apparently a random user, but then I looked at the signature and it said Agnes. That's why I brought it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Otherwise, I would never have known that this was Agnes, and you wouldn't have got points for it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now that is our plan. This is what we want to do. So if everybody's on board with what we've done so far, which actually is pretty substantial, thinking about it, right? This is week 3, and we've got about 80 lines of code already, and it's a functional piece of code. It actually does something. Okay. So if you're not yet comfortable with this, we'll go over this one more time. Okay, and then start modifying it. Otherwise, what we'll do is basically try and plan out what our game should look like. Okay, and then the different levels and so on and so forth, and we'll try and code it all up today. Okay, I think it should be fun. Okay, all right. So everybody who's comfortable with the code, and again, there are lots of absentees. Okay, these guys, absentees are going to get far fewer points in participation than you guys. Okay. So someone should get the message across to them, because sometimes some of them come back at the end of the quarter and say, hey, why is my participation point so low? And then they don't have a chance to change things then. Okay, all right. So hands up or something. Every one of you who is comfortable enough with this code, okay, maybe we can ask Byron to run it and see what it does. Okay. And then if you're comfortable enough with it and say, hey, okay, I'm happy to go on to the next level, we'll try and plan out something a bit more, a few more challenges in there. Not too much. Okay. We'll keep it all interesting and small so that, I think to the best of my knowledge, I think everything we've covered so far, they're all little jumps. Okay. Not big ones. And I think it should be reasonably easy, unless you are a total beginner. okay, which, 2A allows students to be.
Not sure why that happened. It just kicked me out. Hold on. Let me,
Oh, there you go.
let me
One
fix
quick
this.
thing is on line 54, you have -2 for the number of columns, and in line 53, you have -2 for the number of rows. I think we just need to do number of rows -2, not columns.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Enzo.
Okay, so just make it num columns without this.
Yeah, no minus.
Yeah. In fact, Enzo pointed this out at the end of last class. It should be in the recording, by the way, I think. Enzo, you asked a question or someone asked a question. Where are the recordings? And I think Fatima answered. Where's Fatima? Fatima's not here today? Oh, all right. Okay. I think she pointed out that, hey, you know what? You go to Zoom and it's on the left, and cloud recordings, you find everything. Okay. So, sometimes if I have time, I can even download it and put it on YouTube so that you don't have to. The pain of logging into Canvas on a mobile device to watch the video is quite, cumbersome. If that many steps were involved, I would probably not watch the video. But if it was just on YouTube, I can watch it on my phone, right? So I'll try and put it on YouTube whenever I can. Okay. All right. So, all right, give me a show of hands if you guys are comfortable with this code. Oh, by the way, oh, did it? Okay. Can you run it again? Byron, I didn't realize you were running it.
Sorry, I was just testing to see if it works.
Okay. So, yeah, when he runs it, it's going to show us the plus. We got to remember where the plus is and then guess its location. Okay. And I think that's column 40, but, don't go by my word. Okay. Someone should, oh, no, it can't be 40. It must be like 210 maybe. I don't know. Okay. I don't want to take a guess. Okay. So someone should guess where that thing was flashing. Okay. That thing.
I think it was 79.
79. Jesse says 79. Okay. Hey, let's take multiple guesses. Okay. I'm going to say 140. Okay. Jesse's 79. I'm 140. Who else?
53.
Who?
53.
Byron 53?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any more guesses? We can ask the system now if you want.
Wait, your guess was 140? It doesn't only go to 100?
No, I don't think so. I think Byron's got this white screen.
I do, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like the code.
I'm sorry. I gotta revise my guess, okay? Because Enzo's point is actually very different. Yeah, you're saying
overflow.
Use a column, it's less than 100, yeah? So why would I go to 140? That's what he was saying. Okay. Gee. Okay, then my guess is going to be like 90, okay? 90. 90.
Whoops. Oh.
What is it?
91.
It's 91. Wow, that is so cool.
You're welcome.
Yesterday, on Tuesday,
That's pretty good.
Enzo actually, the very first time, Enzo hit the nail on the head, and he got 50 or something like that. It's pretty cool. Totally unexpected. So it looked like it was rigged. But anyway, so this is what we have so far. Okay, and now you can expand the source code, and then you can scroll up and down. You Control plus one more time, maybe it's easier for my font, for me to read it, because I only have half the screen now. In fact, let me switch classes. And with these I can read even the smaller font. Okay.
Is the font still big or?
No, it's too small. Because I only have half the screen. Now,
Oh,
first
okay.
actually. Yeah,
I keep increasing the size, but
yeah, I think that's great. What you have. Yeah, this one is okay.
let's go down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's gonna affect me.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about this code? Otherwise, we'll go on to the next stage of it. Okay, we'll open another tab, maybe go to Google and drawing or something, and sketch out what our game screen should look like. Okay, and then come back and program what we've done graphically into a game, so that it will be, it'll just be a command on that anyone can run, and it will let them play it in a dumb terminal. Okay.
I don't know if we're going to be switching to a new tab, but would you mind sharing the link for this tab so that I can follow along?
Sure.
Awesome, thanks.
How do I? There you go. Should be in the chat.
Looks great. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Show of hands now. Everybody who's okay with this code and then would like to go on to modifying it. Okay, we're gonna just add a few things more. Okay, you keep your hands up so that I can be sure that everybody is. Andre, I can't see you. Fatima, I can't see your hand. Tristan, actually, it's Tristan, right? No R. You made a post on Reddit or something. Okay, yeah, okay. Agnes, you good with this too? Agnes can, yeah, yes, okay. Aiden is Varsha, okay. Oh, Tristan's got 2 screens. I see, okay. All right, cool. Everybody's okay with this. Fatima, I haven't seen your hand, okay? So are you yes or no? All right, okay. There was a symbol there. Asmita, you good too, yeah? Excellent. All right, okay, let's spice things up a little bit. Okay, so I will actually design well, hopefully it'll be a fun game. Okay, hey Byron, open another tab and let's say we go to Google spreadsheets, or even if you have a Excel. Not Excel. We want
Oh,
a drawing program.
yeah, I'm not sure
Web-based
what.
drawing, so you can just do it in a tab.
What kind of what
You
drawing
can just go to
program?
docs.google.com without logging in
Okay.
to create something. If you're not going to save it, it should let you do it, right? Or
Wants
drive.
me to sign in.
Yeah, it does want you to sign in. What Excel Office 365? This is maybe some online drawing, or you can just open up Microsoft Paint.
Sketchpad. I haven't used this, so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, it's freehands. Does it let you draw, shapes like rectangles and so on?
Yeah, if I hold shift, apparently. I don't know
Yeah,
how to.
okay, all right.
I don't know how to clear the screen though.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
You know what? Just open up Microsoft Paint. I think it's easier for us to handle that.
You can select the whole thing and then delete it. Okay.
Oh,
Or
I can.
Yeah.
What was that Sketchpad?
yeah,
Oh,
just
it
drag
saves
it
it for me.
Drag over it with your cursor.
Like this? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that
all
works.
right, okay. So let's create a rectangle. Let's create a rectangle. Oh no, not like. Would you have to do it like that? You can get a rubber band rectangle.
That's a good question. Star, there's gotta be. Here we go. Okay, let me just.
Yeah. All right, okay. Yeah, make it bigger so that okay. All right, let's say that this is going to be our game screen. Okay, so in other words, you're going to do a clear the screen with escape 2J or something like that. And after that, let's say that you have this. Now, let's say on the top right, put some text there. All right. Yeah, put a text rectangle at the top right.
Okay.
Yeah, put it, put it on the top right.
Well,
Can you drag
okay.
it?
Yeah, here we go.
All right, cool. All right, now I put some spaces on. Oh no, change the text to your score. Your score. Yeah, colon space. Colon space, and then lots of spaces after that, so that the number is going to appear there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can also move it.
Yeah, and you can copy that and paste it one more time on the left, and then we'll change it to change the text to current level. Colon space. Yeah.
Okay.
And then copy that, and let's say, well, let's put in the middle. What else do we want to surface? Current level. Yeah. We also want to say previous target, previous guess. Okay, previous score. So we want 3 of those, right? Previous target, and then colon space.
Oops.
Yeah. I think it'll just reduce the font size automatically. No, you can actually type one long thing, and it'll just reduce the.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah. Keep going. It'll just reduce the size. That's fine.
How far do you want to go?
No. You want to go all the way to the right, all the way to your score. Yeah, there you go. No. To the left of your score. Sorry.
Oh, here.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me get rid of.
After the previous target. No. You can put it there. Wow.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Let me just move this out of the way. You want
Yeah,
here?
that's much better. Yes, put it in the middle somewhere because we're going to be typing more in there.
Okay. So previous, and then this one.
Yeah, and then after, no, you can get rid of that. You don't need that.
Okay.
All right. So after previous target, colon, space, and then you're going to say previous guess, colon, space, space, space. You know, give more spaces, get rid of the space before the colon, and then more space after the colon. Previous target, and then, oh,
I don't think
geez.
there is one. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's really weird. Yeah, it's, you know, JavaScript is, you got to pay for it. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
And then, you know, more spaces also, and then you can say previous round score, right? Previous round score. Oh, now it's kind of not making the font smaller. It's making some heuristic decisions like this, and that's kind of
It's
you can manually decrease the font size, I guess, for
yeah,
the
you probably could. Fill word spacing. Is that
we're trying to figure this out at the same time. Yeah, it must be there. There you go. I see it now. Wow, incredible that I could see that tiny, like 3 pixels
where
in the letter.
I don't see font
Oh, you
size.
got it. It's not that?
I mean, kind of, but this is
That
all
it
in like
doesn't let you go smaller than that.
word spacing. No, that's not. That's not what
Okay,
you
just
want.
pull it to the, you know, previous line. That's fine. Pull it to the previous, and then you can have it longer. Yeah.
Go down here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Now, now let's say you draw another rectangle under that. Okay, draw another big rectangle under that.
Like,
Yeah, like that. Yeah, bigger.
ugh. Okay, now
Oh, I see.
it's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Fortunately, yeah.
Thankfully, yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
Like all the way down.
Yeah. I think. I think that's good. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, you got to symmetrify it. You got more space on the right now. Oh, you want to go all the way? Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, or if you want.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Okay. Now at the bottom, you know, bottom left, but a little bit up, you can say, to the left, you can say, a text box, and then you can say, enter the coordinates, enter the column number of the plus, or guess the column number of the plus, and then colon and space. Yeah. Okay. And make that one long line. Okay. And then we need one more line under that. Okay. Because, you know, this could be in a different color maybe. And you're going to say, your guess was, and then the actual column was, your guess was colon, actual column, colon, colon, and you need some spaces after the colons, and then your score. Okay. Your score, and all of them should be on one line. Yeah. Okay. All right, and you can make that a different color, meaning that they're not gonna, it's not gonna appear at the same time as the previous line. So you're gonna take the guess and then print this. Yeah. Okay, this is all I'm thinking that we need. And then, yeah, okay. So this is the plan for this game, okay? And I'm glad we wrote this, and we're gonna talk about this, because if we don't manage to finish this game in class today, you should take it upon yourself as an extra credit opportunity to create this, right? And you can ask questions in the Reddit, or saying, hey, I'm doing this, can someone help me? Or, you know what, and you can all code it together, and you can release this game on Reddit, okay? For future students, I don't know. I'm pretty sure your own relatives and friends will have fun with it too. Okay, so this is what we're going to create, and here's the behavior. Okay, after you start the game, we have multiple levels. In the very first tutorial level, what you're going to do is print. And by the way, it shouldn't say guess the column number of the star. Plus, change it to guess column number of star. Okay. No.
The star.
The asterisk. No, but that's messy. You know, asterisk is like it's further up. Yeah, but that's okay. We're just guessing column. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. And then for the first level, which is really the tutorial level, what you're going to do is print plus signs, a grid of plus signs, like 1 every 10 spaces. Okay, we're going to write little methods that do all these things, and it'll be fun to do. Okay, with loops and everything. So we'll have some fun doing that. That is a tutorial level. So essentially, you're going to have a plus space, you know, plus, and then lots of spaces. So basically, you're going to have pluses like this. Okay, and then your star is going to appear, and then the question is, where is the star? Okay, and that'll make it easier for people to work through, because you know, they can say, well, you know what, each plus is and we can label it too, the first one labeled, right? So each plus is 10 spaces away. So you know, oh well, that's 40 spaces, and then 3 more like that, 43. Okay, so it'll be easy to guess. Okay, that's so and for the second level onwards, we're going to use blink at, okay, not show at. So in the tutorial level, it was just there, and right, and in the second level, you can also use blink at, as well as, you know, space out the pluses more. It's not like 1 every 10 spaces. You have 1 every 50 spaces, something like that. Okay, so it'll be harder. And level 3 onwards, you'd say, you know, no pluses, no markers. It's clear field. Okay, and it's going to blink and it disappear. Okay, all these things, you can introduce these variations, and then we'll. Oh yeah, scoring function. Let's talk a little bit about the scoring function before we go on to implement it. But so far, is everybody clear with what we're trying to do? It's, you know, we've set the stage to be very simple. That's all, right? It's gonna, we already shown, David already showed us, no, Brian and Byron. Actually, it's funny, isn't it? Your last name is like a first name. Is it Byron David?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
When I was on the East Coast, it was Johns Hopkins University, as doing my postdoc there. And people always used to confuse it. Say it's not John, it's John Hopkins, because, you know, people have a notion in the West anyway of what should be a first name and what should be a last name. All right. So I'm sure you get called David too. But
my whole life it's been, they call me David Bryan, so they messed it up twice.
David Bryan.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so is this, so far it's clear to everybody, right? So this is what we're going to try and implement. The only thing we've done now is put some structure to our UI, how it's going to look and feel, so that we have a guide for developing these things. Okay, and then when we start, we can clear the space, and also potentially print the, you know, the delimiters of that rectangle that we're dealing with. Okay, and put all the labels in place in the correct locations. Okay, and so everything will be fine. And we'll, you know, we'll have a function that says update score. Okay, and update score only knows what to do. It will go to that particular location. Okay, overwrite the thing with blanks and then write the new score. Okay, and then, you know, everything will be very easy to implement. In fact, what I'm thinking of is at some point today, I'll say, well, you know what, we did one, you guys do the rest. Okay, and then I'll disappear so that you guys can have some fun implementing it. And hopefully we'll be able to play the game too. And those of you, yeah, everybody actually, we're doing it on Byron's computer, which means that, you know, it's a Windows machine, and he should be able to run it at a dinner table. Okay, and say, hey, we did this in class today. You want to have, you know, play it, and they could do it. And on a Mac, it works beautifully because it's in terminal Linux. Raphael, you know, he could run it on his Linux terminal. You know, create a Linux binary called what do we call it, Enzo? Last class we called it something, right? Starfield or
Sharp Eye, I think.
Sharp Eye. Okay, we called it Sharp Eye. Okay, so you could write a program called sharpeye.cpp, and it's just going to be one file. Okay, and I'm guessing it's going to be less than 150 lines of code altogether, and we've got a functional game using just the things that we've learned in the first few classes, of which 2 were taken up by data representation. That is so fantastic. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Is everybody happy with this so far? Yeah. If you give me a show of hands, we'll move on to the strategy. Thank you. And Byron, you can dismiss the, you know, Zoom hand. There's a. Do I still not get balloons? I don't still get balloons. Yeah, I think
it's doing it automatically, but that's.
It is supposed to do it automatically. I think something happened in the last update of my operating system. Maybe I got to enable something. Because I used to have this. Oh yeah, Enzo got balloons. Yeah, I don't know.
It's disappeared since I'm in this mode.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
Anyway, let's not waste time with balloons. All right.
You want me to
okay.
go back to the code?
No, we want to open another tab, and I wanted to think about talk a little bit about the scoring part. And there's going to be a little bit of mathematics, and I'll just explain these things. Technically you don't need this. Okay, you can say, well, is the guess that far? I get 2 points. Is it this far? Then I get 3 points. This far, 4 points, and on the head 5 points. Okay, you can do it like that. But we're actually going to try and do something a little fancy, okay? Just because we want to do a lot of really, fun things. But what we'll do is we want to approximate a real function, okay? And I'll show you how these things are done so that, it just gives you ideas. Later on when you want to design something, okay, your situation may be such that you can't choose these discrete values. You might need a continuous function. How would you do that? Okay, so I'll show you how we do this, okay? Hey, Raphael, you got a question?
Sorry, I'm on mute.
No, I could hear you.
Oh, I thought I
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
No,
So
I don't have a question. Oh, my hand stayed up. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to desmos.com, okay? Desmos.com. And I'm pretty sure you most of you are enrolled in math now today. Yeah, this year. Hands up if you're also enrolled in any math course. Some of you, not all of you. Okay, all right. So I'm pretty sure you must be you must be familiar with this site called Desmos. It's a graphing calculator. It actually produces very beautiful curves, okay, and it's fast and responsive. So we've used it a lot of times in class. Okay,
Desmos?
DESMOS. Okay, if you're doing calculus or anything, this like indispensable. Okay, much better than many other things. DESMOS. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
An open graphing calculator. Okay, all right. So now you can actually type in an equation on the left, and it'll draw the it'll plot it here. Okay, so for example, if you type x equals y, okay, or y equals x, y equals x. Yeah, see, that's y equals x, isn't it? Because anytime you take the value of x, it's exactly the same as a y equals x. Okay, so you get the straight line. Okay, now you tell y equals x squared, you get a parabola. Yeah.
How do I do that here?
Y equals x, and then hat, caret.
Oh, the caret, right?
Caret. Yeah. Okay. So and then you get a parabola. Pretty much you can think up any of these mathematical relations and put it there. Even discrete ones. I think I haven't. Maybe I haven't tried it. I'm pretty sure it'll even do discrete. Actually, try y equals x factorial. Maybe we'll do the gamma function or something.
Like that?
Yeah. It is doing some continuous function. But,
That looks fun.
yeah. Wow. Maybe I haven't tried this before, but it's kind of fun. Okay, these are negative values, but on the positive side, if you look at it, it's a continuous function, right? Because the negative side we can ignore for now. It's and I'm pretty sure it's using the gamma function, which is supposed to be an approximation. Well, which we know to be as close as we know the approximation of x factorial. Okay, anyway, so here's what I'm thinking. What we want is we are going to calculate the distance between the actual column of the plus and the user's guessed column. Okay, however, we're going to take the absolute value of the difference, which means it just gives us the distance. Okay, now and tell me if you have a better idea, because that is what we will implement. Now the intuition I'm going after is that the closer the point is to the target, the higher the score should be, yes or no. Okay, in other words, we're going to give variable scores, but if you hit the nail on the head, you'll get a high score. That's the highest possible score. Okay, and then the further away you move from there, the less your score is going to be. Okay, and it's going to be a floating point number, but the less your score is going to be. But it's such that that after about if your distance is like 5 pixels or more than 5, it's practically 0 after that. Okay, so it kind of tapers off like that. So that's the kind of curve I'm going for. So now let's see, let's take this design this mathematical curve, and then we'll use this curve as our scoring function. I think that's what I'm going for. And now this part is not hardcore C++ programming, okay? However, this is something that you will be doing as a programmer and saying, well, you know what, I'm going to design a mathematical function and then embody that function in my program so that I can, use it. So this is actually valuable as part of this programming class, so that you know how to create expressions and then incorporate those expressions into your program. Okay, so that's how it kind of fits into the scheme of what we're trying to do here. Okay, so let's try and graph this function. Y equals e to the x, okay, right? So e is the base of the natural logarithm. Now you see it's like this. Now what and this is an exponential function. It doesn't have to be e to the x. We're just using e to the x, but you can use 2 to the x, 3 to the x, 4 to the x, basically it's the exponent. X is the exponent. If you do that, you get a curve like this. Now let's ignore everything to the left-hand side. We're going to deal only with positive numbers. Okay, so that means it starts off at some value there and then increases very quickly like that. Okay, so we're going to use this to design a function that will vary between just -1 and +1. Okay, so here's that function. So get rid of what you have on the left, and you say, well, y equals actually, before you do that, do y equals 1 over e to the x. That's e to the minus x. I just want to see what it's like. E to the minus x. It's already like
minus x.
No, what do you have before? Yeah, e to the minus x. Is that what you had before? This is it. This is e to.
This is e to the x, not minus x. This is e to the minus x.
Oh no, no. This is e to the x.
This one is 1 over e to the x. Oh, you mean before this?
No, it's it looks to me like it's different. They increase the font size. What does it say on the left? 1 over e to the x.
Yeah, 1 over e to the x.
Okay, so it is e to the minus x. Yes.
Oops. Sorry.
1 over e to no. 1 over e to the x is e to the minus x. It's the same as e to the minus x, isn't it?
You can write a new line with y.
There you go.
equals
Okay,
e
let's
to
leave
the
it like
negative
this.
x
Okay.
To show.
But the point I was trying to make is that 1 over something to the power something is you bring it up to the numerator, it becomes a negative power. So 1 over x squared is x to the -2, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Anyway, you've got to do a lot of these things in math anyway. You are all enrolled in these classes. You're going to do this. So this will kind of be like a refresher. Okay. So 1 over x to the n is x to the -n. All right. So so this is e to the -x. So what we want to do is let's stretch it out a little bit. I was actually thinking of using a sigmoid, but this is actually pretty cool. So let's stretch it out. So how about you say 2 over e to the x, 2 over e to the x.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
Do I need to do y equals or
yeah,
no?
let's get rid of the first one. Let's get rid of the first one. Yeah, okay. Now let's stretch it out a bit more.
Oh, okay. Why does it keep doing
come
that?
back. You know the equation anyway, right? So you can always put it back. Yeah, okay. So let's stretch it out so that we go from 0. Wait, before it touches the very asymptotes. Let's say we want to make it 2 over e to the 0.5x. Let's see what happens. A 0.1x maybe. No, that's too much. Okay, let's try 0.5x is okay, good, I think. Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, so that means if we use this function to generate our score on the absolute value of the difference, these are the things we'll get, okay? If they're on, and let's say we multiply the whole thing, it's 2 over, right? Let's say we make it 20 over, okay, 20 over. Okay, you zoom out a bit or something like that, so that we can see where it cuts the. All right, okay, okay. So if they hit the nail on the head, they get 20 points. Well, that is make it 10. Make it 10. Make it 10. I'm sorry. Okay, let's make it 10. Okay. All right. So if they and then we should spread it out a bit more. No, 10 pixels is good. Okay. If they're off by 10 pixels, then they get 0. Okay. I think that's good. That's good. Okay. So this is actually a nice curve. All right, so we just started with e to the x and we're playing with this and we got this curve. So if we use this curve and supply as the x value the distance between the guess and the target, okay? If the distance is 0, they hit the nail on the head, then they get 10 points, okay? And what do they get? If they are off by 5 pixels, right? If it's a column 14 and they say, 19, okay? 5, then they would get, I can't see, I'm sorry, okay? Someone's got to help me out here. Yeah, okay, much better, okay? At 5, they would get, they're 4, okay? They're 4 pixels away, they get, 1 point, some points, 1.8, 1.9 points or something like that, okay? So you're basically going to use this curve. And obviously, when you write your own version that you want to share on Reddit, and by the way, this code that we're doing, share the link to this code, this orange link, on Reddit also, okay? So that the students who are not coming to class, well, they're losing participation points, but at least they could still have access to the material that we're doing. So you should share the link to this in the forum so that the students who are absent can actually click on it and do
Okay.
it. Okay, thank you. All of you, right? So it doesn't have to be just Brian, but Byron. Okay. So it should be as many people as possible and say, hey, this is my version, and that'll be really cool. So this is what we're trying to do. Okay, so we've identified the bits and pieces for our game. We've decided that the game should look like this in the previous screen, and then we said this is the scoring function we're going to do. When they get the guess, we're going to calculate the difference between the guess and the target, and then take that distance and put it in this formula, and the formula tells us a score, and the score is going to update, okay, over there, okay? And then, if, and depending on factors, we can say, all right, level advance and things like that. That is the plan. And I think that is eminently doable today, okay? Because we're not talking about a lot of stuff, hopefully not, okay? We'll see how it goes. Is everybody on board with this, okay? If you are, we'll go ahead and try and code to that. Now, everybody okay with what we're trying to do with the scoring, okay? Yeah, all right, so Aiden, okay, Raphael, but everybody okay with what we're trying to do? Just you should give me a show of hands, because there's a bit of mathematics involved here, simple mathematics, obviously, but I know in the past we've had students who are not even STEM majors, but they're in class because they want to understand how computers work, and just seeing math symbols sometimes turns people off. Okay, so I want to make sure that everybody's okay with what we're trying to do here. We're just using a function. We designed a function using decimals, okay, tweaking things around to say, all right, this is a function we're going to use because we want to calculate the score given the displacement between the target and the guess, okay, sharp eye. All right, okay, if everybody's okay with this, we'll move on to the code and we'll see how we can implement this. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to this because it keeps booting me out for some reason.
Which one? Oh, so you mean online GDB kicked you?
Yeah, it keeps bringing me an ad.
Ah, geez, okay.
It just kicks me out.
Yeah, let's just use VS Code. Are you using VS Code?
Yeah, I have it open if you want that.
Yeah, okay, all right. We'll just use, it's just editor, okay? So anybody could use any editor they want. Okay, Byron's using VS Code, and
Can you see my screen, or
I can
do I-
see your screen. Oh, you mean the font size? No, it's
no?
too
Can
small.
you see VS Code or no?
I can see VS Code, but it's
Okay.
the font is too small for me.
Is that better? Is that good?
Not actually, because I've only got 50% of my MacBook Air for the screen. The other
Is that
50%.
better?
No, you got a bit. In fact, you got a lot of white space on the right? So you can keep increasing
This is
font.
not VS Code. I think it's a internet page we see.
Hmm?
That's
Oh,
an
here.
web page that we see.
Oh, it is still a web page. It's not VS Code.
Okay, let me swap. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Let's just use VS Code.
Can you see that?
Yeah, much better.
Okay.
Just paste the whole thing in here. You got
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
already in here.
Okay. All right, let's is everybody okay with this though, right? So this is what we're going to try and do. All right, okay. So let's go to our main and we'll define some things here. Okay. All
Right
right.
here?
Yeah. We have the clear screen. That's great. So we're going to clear the screen. All right. So let's say const size t console rows, console columns. Okay, and then we'll say we'll go all the way to, I don't know how wide, how many columns has your terminal got, Byron?
How wide?
Yeah, how wide is it?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have this terminal.
Let's say it's 200 wide, okay? 200. This is, I think, maybe 200. Is it 200?
Okay.
Oh, let's play a game. Let's play a game. Your game. This, before you modify it, let's play it
Okay.
once, and then set the column instead of rand. Set it to 150. So we'll see where 150 lands.
Well, I think I have to.
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it
Go
this-
ahead. Or you can just go to another, command window and just run it like that.
Yeah, but I think because the way I'm sharing it.
Oh, I see. Okay. No worries. No worries.
Hold on a second. I have to. I think I have to do.
Well, you should call it sharp I2, but that's okay. Main is fine.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Oh, did you actually set it to 150? Well,
I set it to 200, but I didn't.
I don't see the two. I don't see.
Yeah. I don't.
Let's set it to actually set it to 100, because then we can just, from there it'll be easier.
Oh, I see. So you want it here?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, where you put the? No, where you put the? No, not there. Where we choose, size T column equals. Okay, that one. 54.
Oh, this one.
Line 54.
Oops. Let me just delete this.
Line
So yeah,
54.
that'll be num of calls. So that'll be.
In fact, what you can do is just leave that line alone. Go to the next line. And go to the next line. Not there. After line 54, go to line 55.
Okay.
Yeah, now say column equals 100.
Num calls.
No, just column. Call equals 100. You're just resetting the value. Okay, 100 semicolon.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then put 4 forward slashes. So it's like some temporary thing. You're gonna get rid of it. Enter. Okay. All right. Now, if you run it now, we'll know where the column number 100 is.
Just. Whoops. That wasn't supposed to.
I think it's forward slash, is it?
Well, I'm on Windows.
I see you ran the. Where is it? I don't see it at all. Oh, there it is. That's 100. That's 100. Right. If you run it again, you'll see it.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. So, but 100 was over there. So I think 100 and we can try 100. Okay. Yeah, 100, 120 maybe 120. Okay. All right. 120. All right. Okay. 100 and.
You want to try 120?
No. We know what it is. We'll just go ahead and write the rest of our program now. You can get rid of that 4/ line. That entire line can go.
Okay.
We were trying to estimate what your width is.
Got it.
All right. Okay. So go to num rows and num calls. And then we don't want num rows and num calls anymore. I think what we'll do is console rows equals.
So just change the name to console rows.
Yeah. Console rows equals 30. Yeah, well, just use 30 rows. That's fine. Console columns equals 120. Okay. Actually, instead of console, let's say term. I don't know what maybe we should call them. Just call them rows and columns. All uppercase, and I think that's fine. Rows and columns, because we're gonna have to use the name. It's better to. Yeah, much better. Okay. All right. Now on the next line, you want to say where we're going to put the score. That would be row 0, and then we say that's 120. Let's say 30 steps in from 120. Okay, your score colon and then space. Okay, that's where it's going to be. Yeah, 30 steps in, 120. It's 90. Okay, so let's say we say your score. Score column, a score, a row, a score. Yeah. What do we call it? Right. Const size T. Score column. Yeah. Call. Score call equals 90. Okay. So at 90, we're going to say, and then put a comment there saying at 90, at row 1. Oh, you need semicolon after 90.
Right.
Yeah, at row 0, column 90, we say your score colon ... Okay. Okay, and then we want to do similar, assignments to the other things that we have on that screen. So can you reference the diagram that you have and then add those other things too? Score column, and then I don't know what the other one was in that one. Okay, so we need those column numbers as names, variable names here. Enter.
Enter.
No, just one enter.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the diagram.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Do the next one.
Score.
Actually, you didn't need the blank line above that because I
Oh.
just some space to right. It's not score. Is it score?
Well, do I
Oh,
need?
I see. No, we don't need the row. I see. You want to say score row is 0? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Say score row equals 0.
I mean, I guess you don't need to.
Yeah. No, that's fine. All right. And then because that row is not just a score, right? You got other stuff on that row too.
Yeah, I guess that's the current level would be 0.
Yeah, so you want to say that's why I said it could be level row. We'll just say 0. We'll hard code it for now, and we'll come up with a name later.
Okay.
Yeah, but you want level column. Level column equals 0. Okay, so you're going to say at 0. You're going to say your current level.
So level column equals 0.
Yeah, and what was that? That's it. You got those two, and then on the next line, that's row 2. Let's say row 0, row 1 is blank, and then row 2. Okay, row 2 is where you have those 3 things there. What are the 3 things that you have in row 3? Row 2.
Previous target, previous guess, previous range score.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So previous target colon. No, previous target column, and then previous guess column, and previous score. So we need those 3.
Previous target, previous guess, previous range score.
Yeah. And then we'll obviously adjust those numbers later on so that it looks nice. Okay.
Did I put?
By the way, Enzo or Fatima or someone posted something saying, well, there's other ANSI codes you can send to change the color of the font. So when you actually do your version of the game to share, you can change things so that the score is shown in orange and then or green or something like that. You set the color for the different things, so it'll look like a a more jazzy game. Okay. Now previous target column, what should it be on the left? I think it should be like 5, maybe 5. And then the previous guess column should be somewhere in the middle to the left. So 120, 60, let's say 20 on this side. So 40, let's say 40. And then that one should be, I don't know, previous, what is it? Previous RAN score?
Should we do 80?
No, why does it say RAN score? Previous.
Well, because in here we wrote previous RAN score was what we wrote down.
Oh, is that what we write? Previous RAN score?
Yeah.
Oh, previous round. Oh, I see. I said round.
Oh, did you say round?
Yeah. We'll just say previous round score.
Okay.
That kind of sounds odd, right? Just say previous score. Just say previous.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Previous score.
Should we do 80? Maybe
80. Yeah, 80 is good. 80 is good. Okay, and obviously you can adjust all of these later on. Okay, all right. So now blank line after that thing, and we can add more constants later on if necessary. So the first thing we do is clear the screen.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I was doing some reading and I came across constant expressions. So constant expressions.
Yeah.
And it talked about using them for like variables like these as well. And I was kind of confused because it's like const is used like during runtime and const expression is used during compile time. And I was like, okay, which one?
So a const, I've actually forgotten. You should do some lookup, obviously. But a const expression is where you can give an expression instead of a literal number. So instead of m star 2 star m math pi, 2 star pi, 2 pi. Right? You can, if you put that there, it's a constant expression. The compiler will catch it and turn that into a the actual value before it compiles the code, as though you type the actual number. I think that's what const expression is. But you got it. Yeah, I used it in the questing somewhere, and then I forgot about it. So you should, why don't you write a little post and I will actually refresh my own memory too.
Okay, yeah, because I was reading about it and they were using it in this way, like to use it for a value, and I was like, this is really confusing on when to use what, but
No,
I'll
we should just use
dig
const.
deeper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's
use
what I
const.
figured, because it makes more sense. Anyway,
Except when it's an expression that you need to calculate. If you
Yeah.
have a times or something there, then const won't work.
got it.
Okay, const. All right, so the first thing we do is clear the screen. And after we clear the screen, go to the end of line 45 and hit enter. Okay, yeah, there you go. After one more blank, you go down one line. So what we want to do now, because let's say we want to mark the corners of our playing area. Okay, the clearing screen is going to go and clear the whole thing. How does it clear the whole? Yeah, it sends escape 2J or something like that. Okay, clears the whole screen. Now we want to put let's say we want to put no, okay, all right, so let's not worry about marking the ends and all. Okay, so now what we want to do is say at, right? So we'll say say at, is that say at? Is that what we have?
Yeah.
All right, say at open parentheses, and then is it rows, comma, column, comma, and comma text?
Yeah. Rows.
No, I mean, what we want to say level, okay? Your level, the current level. You want to say current level, and it's at row 0 column level underscore call. Okay.
Wait,
0.
current level?
Yeah. Right. So when you type it, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Right. So say 0. No, 0. Just 0.
Okay.
Yeah, 0, comma. And then you want to say level underscore call. No, uppercase. That's our constant.
Right.
All right. Okay. Comma. And then within quotes, you're going to say the current level, current game level. Okay. Current game level, colon, current game level, and make it all uppercase so that it stands out. Yeah. Just current level. Yeah. Colon. Okay. Okay. All right. And then, and then semicolon at the end. All right. Now, and then on the next line, you're going to say at 0, comma, score call. Okay. And you're going to say,
Current score.
Score. Yeah. Current score. Oh, your score. So just say score. We'll have to work out the wording later on. And by the way, there's a typo in the previous current. Okay. You have on the previous line. You said,
currente.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Score. And what else? And then on column row number 3, row 3. Okay. So next line, say at 3, comma 0. What was it? Previous target? Yeah, 3, comma 0. Yeah. In fact, then 3, comma previous target column. No, 3, comma the previous target column, not 0. 0 is yeah, we had that. No, you don't. All right, that's fine. Get rid of the yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's perfect. And colon and space. Okay, semicolon. Okay, and then on the next line, say at 3, comma previous guess column. Yeah, and then previous guess. Does everybody understand what we're trying to do? We're just basically recreating whatever that picture was, the picture that Byron created. Actually, unfortunately, only Byron can see the picture. Nobody else can see the picture right now.
Yeah, I know.
What you can do is, it's on your notepad or something, right?
It's on the Sketchpad. I think I
It's on
can
Sketchpad, okay.
probably share it. Maybe.
How do you share it?
I can download it, but it might be. I'm gonna have to post.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's not waste time.
We already have the constants for the first argument, right? For the say at, shouldn't we use those instead of 0s and 3? Like the score, row, score.
Oh yes, we don't have row. We have a row. Yeah. We should just use score row and then level row. and you don't have level row to be 3. Thank you, Rahul.
I
Oh,
think there was
level-
5 for previous target
Oh,
column.
that's why it's not working.
Or previous target, yeah.
So you want me to create level row?
Yeah, level row also, because and then where you have 0, and for the say add, you should say level row instead of 0.
Okay.
And then the say add 0 should be a score row. Oh, that's what we, yeah, before Rahul joined, I think we were talking about this, saying, oh, we can't have a score row because, it also has other things in there. By the way, the second is not level row. So level row is not, it's not level row. I think the second one is not level row. It is actually the row where the previous numbers are. And then calling it prev row doesn't even make sense. Actually, that is the reason we use 0 and 3. You just put it back to 0 and 3 for now, and let's not use that constant, and get rid of the line that says score row. Score row. Get rid of the line altogether, so
Okay.
that doesn't, and also level row can go, and then you got to come up with a better way when you write your own version to code this up nicely. Okay. All right. Okay. Previous score, and then yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Now, what we want to do is and enter one more time. Enter one more time.
Oops.
And then you say at open parentheses. Now, rows is 30, right? So let's go 5 up. Okay. So in other words, when we put the plus sign, we're not going to choose anything from. We're going to put the plus sign on a row between, I don't know, 5 and 25. Okay, first 5 for control and the last 5 for feedback. So that's 10 gone out of the 30. So we'll only print it in the next 20. Okay, so I think that's how we'll do it, because the last 5 we're going to use for control messages and feedback and so on and so forth. Okay, so here, so say at what is it? What no, it's not 5. Let's say I think it's got to be 25. Okay,
Oh, 25.
row 25, row 25, comma 0. And guess the column number of the previous of the star.
I'm gonna use the asterisk.
Yeah, like that, colon. Okay, and hit enter. That's fine, right? And then when you get the result, you're going to put it one line below that. It'll go in row 26, right? Say at 26. But you're going to comment it out for now, because you'll know that's where it's going to go. And you say 26 0. You're going to say you guessed. You guessed actual you guessed this number. The actual the target value was this number, and your score. It's going to do all of those. Okay, on that line.
Oh, you guys.
So you can leave it alone for now. We will come back to this, right? You don't need this line. Okay. Yeah, get rid of that line.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Right, srand. All right. Okay, so it's done that. Now it's going to choose a row. And here's how we'll choose a row. Okay, we'll choose a random number between 0 and 20 and add it to 20, add it to 5, so that we'll get a number between 6 and 30. No, 6 and it's between 5 and 30. Okay. Technically we should go all the way to 35, because we'll do 30. Okay, so our star is going to appear somewhere in that range. So we'll say row is going to be rand percent 20. Okay, num rows. No, you already have that on line 64. You see that line 64?
Oh, right.
Yeah, a row equals rand percent. I think num rows minus 10. Okay, num rows minus 5 up and 5 below. Okay, num rows minus 10. Okay, and then the column is going to be, and it's not num rows. I think we just call it rows now. We didn't call it.
Yeah, you're right. We're gonna have to change that throughout, though, right?
No, just there. That's where we start using it. That's fine.
Yeah, but it's also used here.
Below, I think, not there. It's not above, it's below.
Right. But
Yeah,
do I
yeah,
need
which,
it?
as we're gonna, look
Okay.
over the entire code from there. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. And rand percent calls, is that enough? Yeah, okay. So it's gonna come, show up somewhere. Okay. You can get rid of Enzo's suggestion here because it's not relevant. It'll confuse students. Okay. All right. Now what we're gonna do is blink at. So we want to do levels and all. What time is it, by the way? Hey, we got time. We got time. Yeah. So what we want to do is, so for the very first level, here's what we'll do, and we're going to comment it out and we'll fill it in later. Okay. So go to the beginning of main, and we're going to say current level equals size t current level equals 0. Okay. Size t current or level equals 0. Level equals 0.
Do you want this like
No, it's not a
const or
const,
not?
so you can just
Okay.
say lowercase level. Okay, and because it's not a const, you can put it after all of the consts. Consts come first, and
Got
then
it.
okay, all right, level equals 0. Now let's go to after the srand. After the srand, now you've got the row and we've got the column. Now on line 66, hit enter. Yeah, and then tab in. Yeah, one more space below it so you get some breathing room. Okay, so here you can say if level equals 0, if level equals 0. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, close it. On the next line, you can say show beginner's grid. Okay, show beginner's grid.
Oh.
And this is a function we haven't written, but you're going to write at some point.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be yeah, show beginner's grid. Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you, Byron. Okay. All right. So and then put a comment on that line. Put that comment on that line. On that line that says, for the very first level, a grid of equally spaced pluses is shown. Okay. All right. So you can comment these 3 lines out because you can include this as and when we, write that method. Okay. All right. So now level 0. Now we start off by just blinking. In fact, you know what? If level equals 0, we should have a slightly different gameplay because it should not blink. It should show the grid and should not blink and all. So you can adjust that later. So we'll start off with, blinking because we're going to, all right, let's say at, oh, I see. It's going to blink. And then, oh yeah, I thought we'll do 2 different kinds of blinks. One is a rapid blink, and then the other is, blink every second. And then I could take that opportunity to introduce this thing called micro sleep, which lets you sleep for less than a second. Okay, all right. So we'll modify the blink method. Okay, so go to line 71. Go to line 71, and then say blink row, comma, column, comma, and then that character to blink. And then this is it's going to blink 3 times. And then you also want to say, yeah, after the 3 comma, comma there.
Oh.
Yeah. And then say, blink 3 times and wait 1000 milliseconds between the 2, right? So microseconds. Oh, use sleep is microseconds. So it's micro is 10 to the negative 6. So no, 100, a million. Okay, so you're going to say 1000 times 1000, 1000 times 1000. Instead of saying 1 followed by 6 zeros, one of the things I personally use in my programming style is to say anything more than 4 zeros. I would say this 1000 times that, because when you read a program, it's very easy to tell what the number is. If you say it's 1000 times 1000, as opposed to 1 followed by 6 zeros, I actually have to count. Okay, so because normally it doesn't matter, but once you get to be a seasoned programmer, meaning that you just read the code as though you're reading English prose. Okay, when you get to that stage, you'll find that counting zeros is a big pain in the ass. Because it's like going 100 miles, 80 miles per hour on a highway and hitting a speed breaker. You can go across, but you got to slow down. And so that's the kind of feeling you'll get when you see things in a program that are disrupting the normal flow of assimilation of information in the program. When you have to count silly things like, oh, I got to count number of zeros. So those things you'll automatically find, right? As you code more and more, you'll find that certain things that you do are irritating to you as a programmer yourself, and then you'll find shortcuts and things like that. That'll be a personal programming style. But in order for that to happen, you got to program a lot. Okay, you just have to find things to program, even if it's meaningless and it only makes sense to you. Go ahead and do it. Okay, because by doing it again and again, every time you have free time, instead of wasting it on Fortnite and all these other things that take your time, doesn't give you much in return for that. Okay, all you know is that I had some time, a good time, and it just disappeared. What do I have to show for it? Nothing, right? Whereas if you just take that time and invest it in something like this and say, well, you know what, even though I'm not getting an immediate return or it doesn't look like I'm doing something, I'm just going to program anyway, because you never know, because when you're doing this, you'll actually find out these little things. Those are the things that actually matter in programming, because those are the little things that let you develop a taste for the subject. Anything that you do, right? If you just keep doing it repeatedly, two things happen. One is the boring, repetitive, and painful parts of it, your mind gets inured to it, including life. Okay, if you don't give up too soon, there are boring, repetitive, painful parts, but you face them and say, well, you know what, what's gonna happen? The worst, okay, I'm just gonna see it through. First time painful, second time slightly less painful. You've seen it enough times, it just blends into the background. You say, well, this is gonna happen, 2 days later it's gone. Okay, so you have a very clear mental picture. So one is you get inured to the pain points. And the other is that because you're doing this repeatedly, you'll actually be more tuned to seeing things that are different, that are really worthwhile remembering. So you'll find all these things that are worth relishing and rejoicing and keeping with you in your memory, and things that you can let go and release to your autopilot because you know it's going to get solved in a period of time. So right now, as young children, many people think that every little problem is insurmountable, right? And they get panicky and they got to go on Adderall or whatever it is and say, well, you know what, I don't know how to get through this because it's going to be the end of me. But older people, they've actually gone through all of these things. Even if you look at your parents and all these old people and say, well, what do they know about life? They do know about life because they've been your age. And so they've seen these things and they've not given up and they've survived somehow. So they know, well, you know what, I've seen that 15 times in my life so far. So this is approximately how much time it's going to take to get over that, even though right now it looks like it's going to be the end of me. Okay, so that kind of experience comes not just in life, but also in programming, things like that. Because CS2A, when you start, even when you see these little bugs, CS2B also, you say the compiler barfing at you, right? Lots of red ink, errors that you don't understand. So I'm never going to be a programmer. Okay, so I can't understand these simple things like, no match for operator. What the hell does it mean? All right, and so many people just give up at that point. That's like committing suicide without understanding the true value of life. But you say, well, no, that's okay. Maybe I don't understand it today, but I'll just go ahead and see what's more in store in C++ or any other programming language. Say, all right, I got used to that message because the message is not the end of me. And then after a while, the message starts making sense. I say, well, that's what it is. I was panicking a whole lot when I was doing the first few weeks of CS2A, but that's what the message means. Okay, and you only get to that because you didn't give up and you're just sticking to it. Perseverance, okay? That's the art of the game. Doesn't matter what you do. If you don't waste your time on things that don't give you back in return, it's wasted. But if you just stick it to something that is really worthwhile and it is going to make a difference in your life, it'll pay back, even though it says that it's, it looks like it's not doing that at the moment. So I don't know, it's just a side spiel. You should let me know if these things are a waste of time, and plus we are, we should be good on time. So, all right. Okay. So, okay. I don't know, what were we talking about before?
Blink at 1,000 times 1,000.
Yeah, thank you. All right, okay, blink at. So we're going to change blink at the signature, but blink 3 times with a gap of 1 second between blinks, with a gap of 1,000 microseconds. 1 million, 10 to the 6, 10 to the 10 arrow 6, 10 arrow 6 microseconds between blinks. Okay, all right, now let's go to our blink at function. We'll change it. Okay, now it takes 3 parameters, the duration, okay, microseconds. So after times, you're going to say, no, I think it's not double. Actually, go to
Sorry, I was stuck.
type man you sleep. Okay, man you sleep. Just type go to another tab in the browser.
Oh, okay. You're not going to see it.
No.
No, because I'm.
Oh, it's in VS Code.
Yeah, I can represent if you want.
Yeah, well, it says, someone else should, call out, or someone should look at what is usleep. Okay, usleep. I forgot the syntax and the library that needs to be included. I think it's I think it's something. I think if you include a chrono.h at the
Yeah, it
top.
looks like it. And thread, maybe?
Yeah. Just include a chrono.h at the top. Chrono.h at the top. I think it's coming back to me now, right? So, yeah, chrono.h, enter, right? And then put, for comments, you say for usleep, right? For usleep in comments. All right. And then where you have sleep, you're going to say usleep.
Oops.
No, not there. In your Blinkcat,
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, size t times comma, and you're gonna say size t USECS. All right, U stands for micro, right? USECS. That's microseconds. Okay, and then in the comment above, you're gonna say we'll flash the string on and off repeatedly n times. Yeah, blanks of the same length. With usex gap between them. I don't know how you say that. With flash with a frequency of yeah.
Frequency.
Yeah, you got to find the better wording for it. But you want to say between the flashes, it's so many microseconds.
Flash string.
Frequency of usex space microseconds between flashes. Okay. Okay.
This.
What is that string of blanks of the same length? We will flash a string on and off repeatedly. Interleaved with needs to go. That needs to go before a frequency of.
Isn't it? Well, it's at the top. I mean, it's all connected, right? Off repeatedly.
Get rid of that thing. Interleaved with. Get rid of the words interleaved with, and then also get rid of.
This.
Yeah, that can go. All right. Okay, I think that's fine. Now, where's sleep one? Where's the sleep one?
Right here.
You're going to say you sleep. So can someone look up the syntax for you sleep? I just yeah, well, yeah, I can look it up on my phone.
So, if you put 100, it's 100 microseconds.
No, I think we have to say whatever that usex is, that value goes there. That's one that many microseconds. So you're going to say usex there, you sleep, and then instead of 1, you're going to say USES.
USES.
Yeah, syntax.
EC or S? USE.
The parameter name.
Oh, right.
Syntax of.
The syntax is you have you sleep, and then you would do the number of microseconds, and 1 microsecond is like a million microseconds.
What is the data type of that parameter? Microseconds.
I believe it's integers.
Integers, I think it should be size t, right? Microseconds should be large.
Or yeah, size t.
Size t, okay. So that's good then. All right, we can just say usex there. That's fine.
We need to put it for the second one as well.
Second one also. Okay, now I wanted to say one more thing also. Where we have say at, yeah. So what we want to do there is you see, the last time when we printed the star, the cursor was flashing right next to it, which is real pain. So what we want to do is get a string of spaces, and then stick this character, this sequence in at that column, so that it'll print it, but then it's going to print a bunch of spaces after that too.
Is there a way to hide the cursor during that time or no?
Yeah, where it flashes. It was kind of messy, annoying anyway, because it had the star and then the cursor was flashing next to it. So what we want to do is have a string of spaces, and inside of the spaces, our string is embedded. Okay, so what we want to do is, all right, so go into line 17. Go to line 17. Yeah, enter. enter. Yeah, up. And say string blanks equals blanks equals as I know string blanks open parentheses, and then what's the syntax we have here? Text.length and then the actual blanks. I see. So not text.length, but we want the constant that we have. It's the number of columns. You know, we got to later on we'll refactor this, but for now, what was our number of columns? 120, right? We'll just say
Yeah.
120, comma, 120 comma, and then space within quotes. No, the single quotes.
Oh, for character.
Yeah, quotes,
Doesn't
and
need
then
to be-
semicolon at the end.
Does it need to be just like this?
Space, yeah, like that.
Okay.
And then at the end, say put a comment there saying fix the constant 120 in a refactor, okay? To do, and say put a to do there, meaning that we're going to come back to that at some point and clean it up, right? To do, yeah. Okay, fix the constant 120.
I just Googled it and turns out there's a way just to hide the cursor without having a bunch of spaces. There's a
Oh, how do you do that?
So it's an escape sequence. If you want, do you just want me to read it out?
Yeah.
Or you could put it in the,
So we don't have to do this, dance here. Yes, thank you, Enzo. Get rid of the line 19. No, get rid of that line blanks, line 17. So Enzo's going to read out the code to hide the cursor.
Okay. So it's cout. And then that thing. And then quote, is it \033? Then the square bracket. Okay, and then question mark 25L, and then end the quotes.
Uppercase L or lowercase L?
Lowercase L.
like this.
And flush.
Yes.
And flush.
Yeah, and then quotes and then flush.
And this will disappear the cursor. Yeah, is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so in that case, we don't have to do it
ChatGPT
here.
says.
Yeah, cut that line 17. We'll take it to our main now. That's much better. Yeah, cut that line. Yeah. Now go to our main where we say where do we show the star? Where do we show the
Here.
yeah, blink at just before the blink at. You want to turn off the cursor before blink at. Yeah. Now what is the command to turn on the cursor again?
Do you want me to read that out or?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the exact same except for instead of L, it's H at the very end.
Okay, that's much nicer. I think it'll be
Lowercase?
I love the
Lowercase, yeah, lowercase H.
As we're hacking the game together, we're discovering these nice little things we can do. Later on, you can also adapt the game to have colors, different colors. So that's great. All right, so now it would do the show the cursor again. Okay. And the previous one was hide the cursor. Yeah, okay. And then it's going to do this. Okay, all right. Now I think if we, I see. Let's go run through the rest of the thing in our head. Okay, and then say add num rows -1.
Gonna change this to rows, right?
Oh yeah, it shouldn't be num rows -1. It should be whatever that thing was. Num rows -4, I think.
Well, we have -4.
No, what was it? Did we have a constant for this?
We had it at 3 and then we changed it to -1
No.
because
Do we have a size t const in our main that defines which row that is?
other than this.
Target column. Oh, all right. So 30. So we can go to rows -5. I think that should be fine. Rows -5. Yeah, rows -5, 0, guess the column number. Okay, great. And then it gets gets it. Okay, it gets it. And if it is, it'll say, all right, now let's go to line number 89 and hit enter. 89 and hit enter. Now we're going to calculate the difference, the absolute value of the difference between the guess column and the target column. Okay, so you say size t diff equals was it target? What was it? guest column, guest column minus column, guest column minus column. And then what we're going to do is that is going to be the parameter for a function that we're going to call. I think it's called ABS. Okay, I think it's called ABS. Okay, ABS. Before guest column, before the word guest column, say ABS. Online. ABS open parentheses. Someone should do a Google and verify that ABS, that's what ABS does. It takes the number and gives you the absolute value of that, okay? All right. No, guess column minus column. The whole thing is a parameter. Yeah, okay. It takes a difference. If it's negative, it's just going to convert it into a positive. Okay, absolute value. And now on the next line, you're going to say score equals double score equals, oh, you say float score. Yeah, double's fine. No, that's fine. Double float, whatever, right? Score equals, what is the formula that you had in the Desmos thing? This is 10 over something.
Let me look. 10 over e to
10
the
over e power 0.5x.
Okay, right. So you can say 10.0 divided by exp. That's exponent. This is not talks exponent. It's going to be a math library exponent. Okay, so that means we have to include math. We'll come back to that. Okay, x and that's going to be 0.5 times diff. Okay, 0.5 times diff. And in fact, instead of diff, call it abs diff. Okay, because it's the absolute value of the difference. On the previous line too, make that abs.
Yeah, let me just fix that.
Okay. All right, and then right at the top, we need to include a file. We need to include math.h. Okay, math.h. Why is it underlined unistd.h?
I was wondering that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get rid of that unistd because we're not using sleep anymore. Yeah. Okay, math.h. That should handle your exp and the other thing too.
Why is this squiggly? Sleep is undefined.
Oh, geez. Is it not chrono.h? Is it? I thought it wasn't chrono.h. Oh, you haven't included hash include chrono. Oh, you have?
It's right here.
Can someone find out how to get usleep on a Windows machine?
Will it be .h or chrono.h?
Oh, they try chrono.h. Yeah, maybe try chrono.h.
There we go. It doesn't like that.
I think you have to use seconds underscore t instead of flex.
Wait, where?
Instead of USECS, I think it's use like conditions, CONDS underscore t, I think.
No, I don't think so. Why?
I don't know. I read it here. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not correct.
Chrono.h. It should work. Why is usleep not available here? Maybe I should get my iPad and it's easier to Google there. Or I can open another tab. Yeah, someone should take a look too. Right? I'm gonna.
I didn't delete the include you that for sleep, and that doesn't complain with the sleep. Maybe it's the same library for the unit std.h that we deleted.
We don't know. He doesn't have you. This is a Windows machine, and it doesn't have unistd.h.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Usleep void usleep. Oh, you have to include windows.h. That is funny.
Do I?
There's someone. Hash include chrono, hash include thread. Try that. Hash include chrono and also hash include thread. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's for a different kind of sleep. Thread sleep. Why is we've used usleep before in a previous lecture.
It could just be my computer.
Usleep. No, I don't think so. Just give me 1 sec, okay? We'll find out. There you go.
I think you can remove the .h. I think it's part of the standard lib, so you don't need the .h.
Yeah.
There we go. But then this doesn't like it. And then this one. What if I do this? No. Yeah, then the complaint's here.
Okay, this is what we'll do, okay? Go to this URL. Let's do this, okay? This is more, this looks more complex than just using usleep and giving it microseconds, but this will work, okay? So under hash include chrono, hash include thread, okay? THREAD.
It's right here.
You've done it?
Yeah, it's the one above.
Now, now where you have usleep, change that to this thread, this underscore thread, double colon, sleep 4.
Double
Here,
colon.
I'll paste this in the
Oh.
here. Okay, so I just got this from a web page. This thread, double colon, sleep 4, and then you're going to say chrono double colon microseconds, and then within parentheses you're going to say usec. It looks very complex, but you know it is actually very simple. Yeah, copy that.
Copy it in?
Yeah.
Is this solution only needed for Windows users?
I think so. But you know, on Linux machines, usleep should just be there if you include. It's just some way of doing this. I'll find out, okay? Because we did this so many times in previous quarters and it just worked. I think we maybe did it on a Mac or something.
So is this the right, this thread sleep 4? It's complaining with
Yeah. But instead of usex, you're going to say, what is that other thing that I have there? Instead of usex, you're going to say chrono colon microseconds, chrono double colon microseconds, and then the parameter to that is usex. Chrono double colon, yeah, there you go. All right. So this
okay, that one works.
This seems to work, yeah.
Very long.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, and you can separate this into 2 paragraphs. You know, after this long thing, you can put a blank line. Okay, all right. So this is hopefully going to do the blink cat and everything.
One thing I just Googled or ChatGPT'd was that apparently, so the uni std.h works for Mac, but for Windows, there's something called windows.h. And inside of that, it has a command called sleep and then the open parentheses. And instead of doing milliseconds, it does microseconds. So you need to divide everything by 1,000 to make it equal.
Oh, it's good. It's got a sleep function that takes, no, let's leave it like what we have right now.
Yeah.
But something you can, you know, yeah, you can find out. And if this doesn't work, we'll try that. But otherwise, summarize that in the Reddit post so that people can try both things. Okay. All right.
I'll try and use Linux next time.
Yeah. All right. So this should work theoretically. So let's run it and see what it looks like.
All right.
Did you compile it? Did you compile it?
Oh, oh boy. Oh, right. I think there was still
an error.
Well, so abs and num rows.
Oh, it's not num rows. It's just rows. It's not.
Yeah, right. We just didn't change them.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take off the -1?
Oh, well, what does it say? No, that should be -3 now. No, the previous one. No, wait a sec. Where did we?
Was it -5? Okay.
That's -5. So this should be -3. So one blank line, and then this is -3.
Okay. And then the absolute we didn't include, which is probably math.h, right?
Oh, yeah, it's in math.h. Yeah, it's in math.h.
Which is right here.
Actually, no, it is probably, apps is probably in IOStream itself. Math.h contains a floating point absolute, which is different, I think.
Okay.
But never mind. This should
we
work.
have both of them.
Yeah.
There's math.h and IOStream.
Yeah, so that's fine. Math, we need math for exponentiation.
Well, why is this one complaining? No, more than one instance of overloaded function.
Oh, wait, you got more than one instance of overloaded function. Where are the two where are the two function abs declared? Oh, you're declaring a function called abs?
Oh,
one sec.
I don't think I was.
Oh, it's declared in standards. Oh, I see. And the other one should be in math.h, is it?
Oh, is it? So I guess it's
All right, just turn that abs into FABS, okay? It's let's use a floating point abs. Instead
perfect.
of fabs, yeah.
All right, let's try this again. Whoa.
Yay, okay. All right, where's the plus? Did you see the plus?
It's at the top in between the current level and the score.
No, but it shouldn't be there. It should be here because we went, did we add 5 to, I think we forgot to add 5. Let's go back to the code. When we got the, the row for the plus.
Right here.
No, row. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Rand percent rows minus 10 plus. No, up on line 68. Line 68. Yeah. So you're gonna say 10 plus that. Okay. 10 plus. No. You want to put the 10 plus in front of Rand percent.
Oh.
Yeah, 10 plus there. So it picks a number, and then adds it to 10. So it's always going to be row 10 or below.
Okay.
All right. So if you run, and it should turn off the cursor. But I thought I saw the cursor this time.
It might have. Yeah, I think it was there too. But let's actually.
You got to compile it one more time. Yeah.
Yeah. That's down. Okay, well, that's.
No, it's too low now, isn't it?
And the cursor
Why is it
seemed
so
to
low? It shouldn't be
be
so low.
there.
I think it was supposed to be +5 or 5 plus.
Oh, it
rather
should be
than
plus 5. It
plus-
should be plus 5, not plus 10.
So 5 plus. And the
But-
cursor
Yeah.
seemed to be
Plus
there still.
Hmm?
It seemed like the cursor was there as well, but I
Yeah,
guess.
the cursor was there. I was pretty sure I saw the cursor. You can do some research and figure out how to, turn off the cursor. Yeah, see the
Sure.
cursor's there. We got to turn off the cursor. How do you turn off the cursor? Yeah.
It was working for me. It's possible there might be some issue with the whole Windows versus Mac.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say it's probably Windows again.
So what you can do though is try the original approach that we had. Print lots of spaces and then the pluses inside of that. The
I have
stars.
a Linux machine
You
running
have a
on this
Linux?
computer. Yeah, I could switch to the tab.
Well, but there are going to be students who have Windows and they want to be able to run it too.
Okay.
So we can do the hacky way of, showing what time is it? Yeah, we got time. We can do the hacky way, which is really to get a bunch of spaces and then put the plus inside of that so that it'll, the cursor will show, but it'll show at the end of the line. So yeah, for Blinkcat. Yeah, for Blinkcat. For Blinkcat.
Link it or say it.
No, I think it should be Blinkcat. That's where.
Okay.
Yeah, at Blinkcat, and go outside of the for loop. Go outside of the for loop, and then here you're going to say string space blanks equals. String space blanks, open parentheses, and here you're going to say 120. It's hard coded 120. You got to fix it later on. Okay, so that's what we were trying to do before, and then space, and then that thing there. It quotes, yes, and semicolon, and then put comments there to do. Refactor the 120 out of here. Okay, refactor the 120 out. Okay, I enter. Now what you can do is inside of the blanks you are going to go to column what is it? Yeah, we're going to go to column number call inside of blanks and put the string text in there. So how would we do that? So one thing you can do is, all right, so I'm going to do a little for loop here. Okay, we haven't used a loop before. We're going to use a loop, and this will be a good opportunity for you to figure it. Yeah, so for size t, I equals call, I is less than call, I is less than, call plus text dot length. And right, and then space double ampersand, There's two conditions. They both got to be true. And
Oh.
I is less than blank start length. Okay, blank start length. And semicolon, I plus plus. Okay, on the next line, you're going to say blanks square bracket I equals what is it? Text square bracket I. Text square bracket. We're basically copying text into blanks, letter for letter, starting at that offset. That is basically what you can explain this in the Reddit. Okay, someone can explain it in the Reddit. Why is it underlined? Okay.
Oh, I think it was just bugged out.
Okay. All right. Now you can get rid of the curly braces. You don't need the curly braces.
Oh.
Right. And then put a blank line after the for statement. Okay. And then you can put a to do above that and say, hey, find out what this does and discuss in the Reddit. Okay. Find out what this does and why, right? Discuss in the Reddit. Okay. All right. Now here, what we want to do is size, inside the second for loop. Oh, we already used a for loop. Okay. So row and then column should be 0 now. Right here on line 34, column should be 0. Because what we've done is we've taken a long string of blanks and put the, this character, the text we want in the right place. So this long string of blanks can always be printed at column 0. Okay. So anyway, that's the effect we're going for. It's on line 34, turn that call into 0. Line 34. Yeah. And also line 38. Okay. I think this should work. If you run it now, you'll see this, the star, but the thing should be at the end. The cursor should be at the end.
Oh, so there's still a cursor.
Oh, and it's right next to it too. Something funky is going on.
Wow. Column 59.
You didn't get it right?
I'm not very good at this, I guess. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway.
I think there is an escape code to hide it.
Yeah, that's what we tried. Enzo said, what the escape code was, it didn't work.
Oh, it didn't work? Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Because I was trying it here, but it's Linux and it does work. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. So we're going to just, get rid of that, hack that we did just now. Just leave it with what
this one?
did. Yeah, get rid of all of that. We don't need that. No, get rid of it. It's just cluttering up the code.
Okay.
And also line 27, we don't need line 27.
Do you want me to put these back to Cole?
Yeah, put that back to columns. So if you run on Windows, it's going to flash the cursor. It's unsightly, but you're going to live with it.
I'll look into a way to do it as possible.
I think that'll be nice. Okay. All right. Now, if you run this now, we should be able to see the. Okay. That would be 72. What is it?
78.
78. Okay. All right. And by the way, it's so close. It's I think we need to move that. Yeah, we can move it up 1. Okay, instead of moving it down 2, we can move it up 1. So we have a blank line under that too.
I ran it on Windows and it does work with the escape code.
It does. Okay. All right. Oh, maybe it isn't working because he's inside of.
Yeah, this is also VS Code.
Yeah, it's a different IDA, right?
No. If he goes to the command prompt, it'll work. I think he's running it within the terminal of VS Code. That's why.
I can try git bash or command prompt.
That's what I meant.
It's in PowerShell right now.
Try command prompt.
I got it to work on online GDB in Windows. So maybe.
Hold on a second. I remember my stuff.
This is still inside of VS Code. I can see you're inside of VS Code.
Yeah, I'm just gonna switch to the. Oh, it doesn't want. Okay, I'll type it in manually.
I found a Stack Overflow forum post about hiding the cursor using C++ code. If you could take a look at the link I sent in chat, maybe you can figure out something that'll work.
There, it's still there.
It's still there. All right. Anyway, we're not going to waste time on this, okay? Because I want to complete the game. And I at least make more progress. You guys figure out how to make it disappear and work through this. Is that okay? Can I continue?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now what we want to do is when you calculate the score. Where you calculate, so we're going to go to our main. Okay. Now what we'll do is copy copy the whole thing from 43 up to the end of main, just before return, okay? Oh, we have the srand in there. We're gonna have to, yeah, all right. Take the srand and put it all the way to the top, okay? Because that way we'll not mess up things. Where's the srand? There's a call to srand. Okay, great. Take that and put it right, right above all the, yeah, right after the curly brace, right after the curly brace.
Just do this.
Yeah, okay, all right. Now copy everything underneath and cut it.
Okay.
Copy
Just
and
cut
cut.
it.
Yeah, cut it. Okay, now go above main and say, you know, void play around. Okay, void play around.
Around.
Yeah, play around. Okay, and then it's going to take a parameter level. It's going to take a parameter size t level. Okay. Okay. All right. Curly brace, space curly brace, and now paste the whole thing. So this is the round, and get rid of the blank lines. Okay, you got a bunch of blank lines, 57, 58. All right. Okay, so this is one round. Okay. This is one round. This is one round.
Yeah, this is play around.
This is okay. All right. Okay. Now, what we want to do is, all right. So this is going to update the score. Okay. And it has, when it updates the score, it should update. For now, we're going to do a global, and then later on, we'll see how we can refactor the code and turn this into, and eventually, I wish we were using objects because it'll be much more, can we do this without a global right now? Play score is going to return the score. Okay. All right. So instead of void, say double. Okay. Instead of void, say double. Okay. Oh, but you have other things in here. Like, you have other things that you need, right? Just give me 1 sec. Okay. Let me think this through. Call. Okay. Now go down to a row. All right. She's not there, not there. Yeah, actually go down to line 63. Cut line 63 onwards. Yeah.
We're down.
Yeah. One sec, okay. Can you put it back for a second? I just
Sorry.
one sec. Yeah. Guest. All right. And then. Okay. Yeah. So what we want to do is cut from where you have until the C out. Where's that line? Until line. Yeah. Until show the cursor. Until. No, until blink at. You got blink at. We want to blink at. Even above that. Yeah, even more.
So 63.
Row, column, and we want the guest back too. Oh, we want too many things back. And we really want objects at this point. Give me 1 second, okay? That's the danger of thinking things through live here. So we have the row and column. We want the row, column, and the score to be given back to main, okay? And they're being computed inside this function called level. And so main is just going to say, level, go and run, okay? And it's going to invoke level. Level's going to run, and it could return the score. But you got these two other things that need to be returned too, the guess and the target. How are you going to return those two? And in order to do that, you can do that with reference parameters, but we haven't covered that so far. All right, we'll just do everything in main, okay? It's going to be messy, but we'll just do it in main. I'm sorry, okay? We're not going to do another function. Just put it back in main for now.
Maybe I can just do this.
We're going to have a big loop, but you know, this is an opportunity for you guys to refactor the code, okay? Make it cleaner, nicer, and so on and so forth. So when you share the code on Reddit, you can say, oh, well, I took the class code and refactored it to make it cleaner, okay? Okay, so in main, this is what's going on. You got the srand, and then you got the consts, okay, that's good. And then, yeah, level equals 0. All right, so now go to line 52. Go to line 52 and hit enter. Yeah, and now say while level less than 3. Okay, while yeah, level less than 3. Okay, curly brace. Okay, and now copy the whole thing below that and paste it back. It should now be indented in. Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, everything up to before the return. Yeah, thank you. Put it there. So it's going to do this many times. Is it indented in inside?
Well, now it is.
Okay, now it is. Okay, you had to do that manually. Right. So it's going to do for each level, it's going to clear the screen. It's going to you know, this is it's for each round, and then yeah, that's fine, okay. So and then you increase the level. Hey, you're gonna figure out the logic, okay, of the logic of the game. You're gonna play it a few times and then tweak the logic. If necessary, we can do another free class over the weekend, or you know, continue with it a bit more next Tuesday to refine it. But it's up to you, okay? Extra credit and all these other things. You can play with this game for the rest of the weekend, really, and try and polish it up, okay? All right. So well, level less than 3. Basically 3 max levels. It's going to clear the screen and say these things. Okay, current level, score, previous target, colon. Okay, it's got these placeholders. Okay, guess the column number and so on and so forth. Okay, all right. So now it gets this, and yeah, so scroll down, please. Okay, and it does the blink and so on. Guess column. Okay, all right. Now here, what it's going to do is it's calculated the score. That's the score. And then we want a variable called total score and set it to 0 at the top. Okay, at the top, yeah, after
level.
yeah, after level, you can say it's no, it should be double total score, double
Right.
total score. Okay, equals 0. Okay, all right. Now where you calculate the score, you can say total score plus equals score. Yeah, there on line 95. Go to line 95.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So total score plus equals score. Okay. Now the total score has been changed. Now when that's happened, yeah, on the next line, you're going to say update total score, and then you pass it the value total score. Okay, update total score and pass it the value total score. Or you can actually just use say at. Okay, for now you can refactor this later on. Just say say at. Say at, and then this is going to be what line is where do we have that, you know, score at the top? I think it's in row 0, column
score call, which is 90.
90. Okay, and then you have your score at colon. Maybe that's about 12 characters. Okay, so you're going to say column 90 plus 12 is 112. Okay, all right. Okay, so you're going to say 0, 112. 0, 112. Okay, now total score has got to be turned into a string. Okay, and we want to do only 2 decimal spaces. So go, how do we do this? Okay,
cast it.
No, you can't cast it. Is there a double to string?
Or 2 string? Does that usually work?
No, yeah. Is there a 2 string for double? I don't think so. Is there a 2 string for double? Can someone take a look? Just Google it and find out.
Yeah, I'll see.
Otherwise, we'll do it the usual way. So go to the previous line.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Say I string stream. ISS.
Oh.
Yeah, I string. No, I think it's O string stream. Sorry, O string stream OSS.
OS.
Like yeah. This? Yeah. Space. OSS. Semicolon. Enter. Oh, what is it? What do you have O string? What is it? O string stream underlined.
Unidentified.
You don't have S string included.
I don't think it's included in this file.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Include. No. Yeah, I see. You have S stream included. No, you have S stream. That's number 7.
Okay, that's.
Why do you have O string stream underlined then? Go back to your O string stream.
Is it just O string? Yeah, there we go.
Oh, what did you have before?
I had 2 S's.
Oh, I see. I see it. Okay, thank you. Yeah. No. After that line, you're going to say after the OSS line, and enter after the OSS line. Right now, you want to say OSS left shift. I think it is. What is the format? What do you send to? Someone has to look it up. Okay. What do you send to? I think it is. Oh, damn it. You know, what we'll do is just send.
I actually Googled it, and I believe 2 string does work for doubles. So you can just say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay. It saves us a headache. Okay. Get rid of line 97 and 98. We don't need that. 2 string and a double. Yeah, it's just that we won't have control over the format, so it'll have, you know, decimal point and then big ass number, or even in scientific notation, but you can fix that later.
Yeah.
So say at, now, yeah, all right, and then there's two other things that we need to put in there, okay? What are the other things we're displaying at the top? Oh, previous target, previous guess, previous score, yeah?
Yeah.
And yeah, all right, okay. So those are three things we need to put. And also current level should be put there too. So say at 0, current level, maybe say at 0, 15, 0, you know, 15. We can adjust these later. Okay. Yeah. The current level, which is your, you know, level variable, level.
Oh.
Yeah, semicolon. And then say at, I think the other one was level.
Do I have to do toString for this?
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. Right. And say at 3, I think it's 3, yeah. And where did you start the other one?
Previous
target. Was it
5?
Yeah. So previous target, I think that would be like 15 characters. So let's say 20. You got to fiddle with these things and, you know, clean it up and add variables and things like that. Okay. You can do these things later. Right, 3, 20, and you're gonna say, what was that previous target, right? So you're gonna say a toString call.
All right.
Yeah, semicolon, and then say at 3,
the other one's 40.
So you can say 40 plus 15, 55. Previous guess. I think it's previous guess, isn't it? Just guess column. toString guessed column. Yeah, and then the other one was
last one is 80, so maybe 95.
95, yeah. toString score. Okay, now after you've printed these things, what you want to do is you can get rid of is guest column equals these things. Yeah, okay, we can leave that behind. And then go, you know, from below that, and we'll, you know, use a 5-second sleep, or, you know, 1 second sleep. Did we have a sleep work before?
Yeah, I think so.
No, get rid of this. You know, we don't want it there. After line 112, or, you know, further down, after you say everything.
Oh, okay, here.
In there. No, one more down.
Oh, you want it here?
Yeah. Before you go to the next iteration of the loop. You're gonna say, I think it is, what did you use there? You know, that long, big ass thing for sleeping.
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, let's copy it. Yeah, copy that line. And then we're gonna say microseconds. Instead of USACs, you're gonna say 2 seconds. 2 seconds is 2 million microseconds, right? So 2 star 1000 star 1000. Yeah, to make it sleep for 2 seconds instead of just 1 second. So 2 star. Okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so it's going to do everything, you know, fill it up, and it's going to do this, and then it'll go back to the top of the loop, I think. All right. So let's see if it works that way.
What is it? This terminal's different.
Okay, I think that is like column 5. Yeah.
Yep.
It is 5. Okay.
Well,
the other
it showed the score, but then it disappeared.
Yeah, and plus the other things also disappeared. You know, the current level, the at the top, current level, score, these things also disappeared.
Yeah, see, there they are. There they go.
Where is it?
It lasted like 2 or 3 seconds until I guess again, and then it goes away.
Oh, I see. Got it. Okay. Yeah, put it there. I think I know what happened. Yeah, enter.
Wouldn't we have to have a function? Wouldn't we have to have a function that updates the screen after you enter?
Let's go back to the code. I'll tell you what's going on, and I'm not going to fix it. You guys can fix it, okay? I think it should be fairly easy. Okay, here's what we're going to do. In order to get the positioning right first, we're just going to do one iteration, okay? So it's not going to go into the second iteration of the for loop Because when you go back to this iteration, it clears everything again. So you got to make sure that doesn't happen. So, all right. So that is one thing. All right. So I think that is something you can do. So let's just make it run for one iteration. Okay. So after on line after the sleep there. Okay. On one at the end of line 114. Okay. Enter. You can basically say return 0 right here and then put 4 slashes. So and then put a comment there saying forcing a return for debug purposes. Okay. Forcing a return for debug purposes. So it'll do one thing and it'll just, exit. So you'll be able to see where everything is and then adjust things around so that the positioning is everything. The position is all right first. Okay. Once you get the positioning right, then you can do the rest of it. Where's the plus? Oh, there it is.
It's
Take a guess. I'm gonna
35. Oh,
what was it? 33. What was this? Where's the score? Oh, you got the score.
it's
Okay,
there. It's
right.
there.
Everything is in the reasonable places, but you got to shift things slightly. Okay, so you're gonna shift the score a bit more to the left. Okay, previous target, and it needs to go to the right, and so on and so forth. Okay, eventually, when you refactor the code, you can actually figure out much better ways of putting these things there. Okay, so this is a really hack job today. It's just to give you an idea of what is possible to do. Right, this is what we're doing. So get that ready, and after that. We'll think about, or if we don't have time, you can think about how you can incorporate the level and make it loop so that it gives 2 seconds and then gives you another one, right? But the things you show up there should always remain. Okay, the score and everything should remain, despite if you play 5 rounds, it should just keep updating, bam, 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 like that. Okay, so that should be cool, and you'll be able to see the score when you hit it on the head, as well as when you go further away and things like that, and it'll be great fun. Okay, so how about what time is it now? Oh my gosh, it's 8 o'clock. I can't believe it. Okay, we're actually past the end of time and you guys are still here. That is so fun. Okay, I think we got like totally drawn into the game that we've been doing. But I think we've come to a stage in this development that you guys should be able to take it, refine it. Tell me if you're not able to, okay? Then maybe we'll do one more class or pick it up or talk more about it next class. But I think my suspicion is that you should be able to take the link that Byron will share. Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get to other students too, because I totally lost track of time here. Right. But you should be, give me a show of hands if you feel confident enough to take this code and clean it up and post your own version. Okay. And you can put a comment. Saying thank you, Raphael. Okay, so you're going to create if it's like that, wait for someone to do it, like Raphael posts, and then you can take a look at his code. Then from here it'll become like okay, like that. Okay, so as you read more and more people posting their code, your confidence level for developing and putting your own version out will also increase. So give me a show of hands anyway. All right, if you guys are comfortable with taking this code and then more than just Raphael, please, if possible, right? So you're going to take this and then clean it up and then also put it in a loop so that it will show all the right things and you have multiple things. The other thing that I wanted was if it was absolute level 0, you also show pluses so that it gives it things like that. But I would love to see this game. Okay, share it.
I shared it in the chat right now, but I can also post it on Reddit.
No, share it on Reddit also. Okay, I think
that's
also on Reddit and in the chat, because students may want to pick it up right away. Okay. And I will actually copy this, click on it, copy it, put it in my Mac terminal, compile it and run it. I'll actually see the experience myself too tomorrow, hopefully over the weekend. We should be able to play it. I think it is a full-fledged game really at this point. We have used for loops, branching statements, cursor control, a whole lot of things, and just the 4th class of C++. I'm very pleased, but scared at the same time that because we've come this far, maybe we've actually left students behind. Okay, that is my worst nightmare. So I don't want to leave anyone behind. If the choice is between doing cool stuff and leaving people behind, I'd rather not leave people behind, because we can always do cool stuff down the line. Okay, so you got to let us know saying, hey, I don't understand it, let's do this again next class. That's fine. Okay, we can do looping again next class, because we got to talk about I got time for the other things. So we'll have a fair bit more time. Week 4 we'll do arrays. I'll introduce arrays on Thursday. And Tuesday, we can cover this again, okay? So who would like to go back to this program on Tuesday, which means that you're not expecting to be writing your own version over the weekend and releasing it on Reddit. Give me a show of hands. Otherwise, all right, I see a couple. No, Raphael, you said you'll be able to develop it, yeah? Over the weekend. Yeah, so only the people who want to go over the whole thing again, not the whole thing, but pick up this code and do some more development of this code on Tuesday. Give me a show of hands. Otherwise, I'll just say that you are comfortable with taking this, improving it, refactoring it, cleaning it up. All of this is practice, okay? Because this code is actually untidy code. It does something cool or pseudo cool anyway, but it's still untidy and messy. Okay, you got to take this, refactor it, get into the IKEA mindset with programs, okay? Organize, refactor things, everything needs to be, in its place and clean. And you'll develop a taste for it, okay? So you can take messy programs and clean it up. And as you're cleaning it up, you'll get more ideas to, optimize it and all. So that's a great feeling to have. So you should be able to do that. All right, so can I look forward to seeing at least 4 or 5 different students, yeah, posting their own versions of this game, a link to this, online GDB or some site which hosts the code so that we can go there, grab the code and compile it ourselves and run it. Okay, so we want to be able to play a full game. And also, I'll run it on my terminal so that the cursor goes away and comes back and things like that also. I think it should be fun. Okay, so thank you all so much. Was this class useful? Was it too fast? Was it too slow? Tell me so that we can calibrate things and do it better the next class. Was the pace of this too much? Okay, if the pacing was too much, right? Well, not less. We'll come back to this, right? If it was too fast, please raise your hand. Okay, so next class we can slow down and or go over this one more time. Otherwise, I'll assume that Jesse, you think it was a little bit fast? Okay, Varsha, you too? Yeah, it was a bit too fast. Okay, right. So what we'll do is next Tuesday, we're going to go over this code again. Okay, whatever Byron shares, we'll go over this code. We'll try and make changes to it. And we'll stop at various chunks and say, do you guys understand this part? Do you guys understand this part? Can I explain this more? Can I explain this more? We'll go over all of this. After we understand these, we'll do some more changes to that next class. Is that okay with you guys, Tuesday? Yeah? All right, we'll do that. Everybody else okay with this code? I just saw, Varsha and Jesse were the only 2 people who raised their hands. Everybody else okay? Yeah? All right, so that means I expect to see quite a few of you guys posting a version of this code, cleaned up and also functional, okay? Reasonably functional. It could have a few bugs in it, that's fine, okay? You should have, post something that's reasonably functional. Also refactor it so that, you don't have constants and globals and things like that. It should be fun. Okay, it was, I'm happy that we got to the end of this and we got something working. I was optimistic and it kind of played out well, but I'm still open to the idea that we'll do more of this same program on Tuesday before moving on, so that we have everyone covered and all of us going together. Okay, all right. But despite the fact that it was a little too fast, did you guys get something useful out of this class? Okay, if you got something useful and something interesting out of this class, yeah, raise your hands or thumbs up or something like that. Barsha and Jesse, yeah, it was still useful. Okay, all right, great. So I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so I'm going to look forward to seeing you guys' version of this program. Okay, Sharp Eye. Okay, so there should be many Sharp Eyes on Reddit now. In the blue Reddit, we'll see lots and lots of Sharp Eyes. Okay, and I'll, maybe each one has their own twist. So I'll be tweeted to many different versions of your, Sharp Eye games, okay? Including ones in color, right? Because, Enzo said you can do this to change color of font, all these things. You can do all these things, okay? And make your own variations, okay? Using a grid for the beginner level, or maybe the flashing gets faster or, or not 3 seconds, like 1 second in higher levels. All these things, you can introduce these things later on. Thank you all so much for your patience and sticking through the whole class. I hope to see all of you again, but I hope to see more people than the guys who are just here, because I know the role is we still got 27 students in class, but only some of you are in class. So those other guys, please get the message through to them. They got to start attending class, because it is a mandatory class, okay? Everybody has to be in class to get points, and also participate in this really cool thing that we're doing. All right, thank you all so much. And I will look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. But before that, on the Reddit, okay? I'm looking at the Reddit. And I saw a bunch of questions on Reddit. Are there any other questions from me? Otherwise, we'll just say end of class, I'll just hang around for a little while because it's my office hour, and answer questions. But otherwise, you know, when you guys are gone, I'll wait for a little while and shut the meeting down. Yeah. Thank you so much for sticking around and humoring me. Okay. And I know it didn't give you guys a chance to code today, but maybe, well, you know, many people a chance to code. And I didn't step away from the screen like I promised, but maybe next class we'll get more of a chance to do that. Thank you. All righty.
Thanks.
Thank you.
No worries. All
Thank
right.
you.
See you later.
Bye.
You guys have questions for me, or Jesse and Varsha and Enzo?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Varsha, go ahead.
So I was having some trouble with the Limerick one quest.
Oh, I see. All right. So if it's with the specific quest, you can't ask for source. You can show your source code. But what is your doubt? Maybe it is. By the way, if you ask in the Reddit, more people will be helped. Okay, here there's only 4 of us, and then not everybody will look at the video. But if you ask in the Reddit and someone answers, everybody will be able to help. Be helped by that. What is your problem, by the way, in Limerick?
So I did I tried many equations, like I did many changes to it, but then I submitted it multiple times, but I'm not sure what I'm doing, what the mistake I've done.
What is it? You know, do you have a picture? No, you don't have to share the picture now. You can share it on Reddit. I'll take a look, and others will take a look too. Do you have a screenshot? Do you have a screenshot of what
Of the output? Of the output?
Yeah.
Can I share it now or in the Reddit?
No, you don't have to share it now. But you will share it now, but you should also post it on Reddit, because you know other people will also be getting the same kinds of errors. Yeah. So share it now. Yeah.
1 second. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you should absolutely post this on the Reddit. What's going on is that you're always returning the correct value 81. You're not using the values given to you. That's, you know, argc and argv come in. So if you look in the spec, it shows you how to use your argc and argv and pass them to Limerick. Okay. So I think it says, you know, dozen equals a to I, or, you know, something like that. I actually forgotten what the spec says. It shows you how to assign values to dozen, gross, and score, and then pass it to your calculate Limerick function or something like that. So you got to do that. But anyway, if you share this, okay, if you share this picture on the Reddit and say, this is what I got, you know, what am I doing wrong? I'm pretty sure someone will respond to you immediately with what you have to do. Okay. Yeah. In general, things like that, you should always ask on the Reddit, because people will most likely be having the same problem. And then, you know, your answer will benefit more people.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. Jesse, you got a question too? Or yeah, Marsha, you got another question?
No, that's it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Jesse, what is your question?
Yeah, so it's a pretty simple question, but I'm wondering what like a constant is. I took a C++ class before, but we didn't really use constants. And then when we would like create like a game or something, we would usually do it in a window. So we would create a window and stuff. So using the terminal is kind of new for me. That's why
Yeah.
it's a little
But
too
you got to
fast.
get
It's a
used to
little
this,
confusing.
okay? Yeah, const is basically, it's just it is, you know, it is just qualifying the data type. You can have anything: const string, const double, const float. It just means that when you assign to it, you're not going to change it anymore accidentally. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's, and it helps to use const when you don't plan to change the variable.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. And you should summarize this on the Reddit, okay? Because some people might say, what's const? You say, hey, Jesse, you could make a post saying, hey, this is what const actually means.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna look over the code to see if I have any more questions in
Yeah,
it.
sure. Yeah. And in fact, you can also put a question on the Reddit saying, hey, you know, this code from our class, I don't understand what line 89 is. Can someone explain?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Great, great. Enzo, what's up?
Quick question. Earlier in the class during one of your spiels, you talked about perseverance and how it's sort of like the #1 thing to have during coding.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
My question is sort of like, I agree that perseverance is a very important skill, but I feel like persevering,
totally.
enjoying figuring it
Yes.
out is almost more important than just being like, I'm gonna tough through it and I'm just gonna do it, not feel good about it. I'm just gonna do it.
So, but the thing is, what happens is that sometimes enjoyment is hidden behind perseverance. It's like something that you have to develop a taste for. Until you develop a taste for it, you won't know how good it is. Like blue cheese or stinky tofu or something like that. You know, if the first time someone tastes it, they're going to say, yeah. But you say, all right, I'm just going to give into it. All right, I'm going to take it like 5 times now. And then the 6th time, if it's still yucky, then maybe, all right, I'll think about it. So that part is the perseverance part.
Yeah. It's almost like you need to get past like the mound.
You need to get past,
to
yeah.
even
And
like
generally
reward yourself or feel that reward.
And I think it's not just true in programming, in life too. The things that are more worth having have more of a grind to get to. Meaning that you have to, you know, stick through it more times. You know, like in life, you only really discover the beauty of life having survived multiple encounters that are close to giving it up. When you get through all of that, you say, wow, oh my gosh, you know, I mean, this is what it is. And just like that, art, carpentry, right? So carpentry, or even, you know, throwing ceramics in our lab. If you go to, you know, at Foothill, go to throwing on the wheel, you have to throw like thousands and thousands. It actually is thousands, really. You know, I actually counted one session when I was a student with Andy. I think one day, that was like 2 hours, I must have thrown, I don't know, 100 times at least. Right? Doesn't work, mush it up, throw it again. Maybe the first 15 times are fun because, you know, every time, you know, throw it there and you try and make something out of it. But after the 15th time, it becomes more of a chore and, you know, it doesn't seem. And between 50 and let's say the 50th throw, like it's almost 45, you know, so many throws, you almost think that you're not going to be a potter because no matter what, it doesn't work. It's just like, you know, getting the perfect pitch, you know, listening to a sound and not getting it right. And saying, well, I'm never going to get it. I'm going to try again tomorrow. I'm never going. And at some point, you think you're never going to get it. But you get over that part when your brain is, you know, a sufficient number of things have passed the threshold, have become internalized. So you don't consciously try and control it. It just, you know, the muscles react automatically. Then it just comes in like an epiphany. Then you start thinking at the next level and everything makes sense and it's beautiful. But people who don't get past that and say, well, you know what, I've tried it like 15 days, it's not going to work. But, you know, on the 16th day, they would have got it. But they give up on the 15th, they'll say, you know, it's not going to work. So that's where the perseverance happens. For little things, obviously, enjoyment matters. But for things where you can actually see the end, then perseverance matters because it is your vision of the end product that keeps pulling you through. Because there'll be lots and lots of difficulties saying, you got to give up, man. It's not for you. You go and do something else. Yeah. And the world is full of so many things to do, right? You try acting, it doesn't work. You try ceramics, doesn't work. You try singing, doesn't work. So you can keep jumping like that for 25 years and say, well, maybe this is not my cup of tea. But at the end of 25, you lost 25 years. And so, but you say, well, you know what? I'm not going to make up my mind so soon and jump. Right? Rather than that, I'm just going to, you know, stick it out for maybe double the time. Instead of 1 year, I'm going to give it 2 years and more time. You know, instead of 2 hours a day, I'm going to give it 4 hours a day. And then you find that actually, well, you know what? For the first year, it seemed like it was totally hopeless. I was never going to cut it. But after having put in those 10,000 hours or whatever it is, I can actually see the end. And that, you know, thing is pulling me now because it's not even good money after bad, but I know that I've come this far and I can see where I'm going to get so that I can just fixate on that and keep going forward. Okay, because these failures don't matter because I know where I'm going.
Would you almost say that perseverance is sort of like an intense internal vision in the
Yes.
future?
It is you have, but sometimes I'm saying that you may not have that internal vision until you've put in a sufficient amount of groundwork already. Right? Because you need to
Okay.
go a little bit into the tunnel for you to see the end. So for the first part, it requires like faith, saying, well, you got to believe in yourself, saying that if I do the rites of passage, if I put myself through the grind, I will get to the end. So you got to believe that. But it may be irrational, but it's less irrational than many other irrational beliefs you could have. You're just believing in yourself and saying that that's the effort, the effect of effort put in. So if I put in enough effort, I'm going to see the results of it, even though right now it looks like all the effort is going on a tube and I'm never going to see it. So that is irrational belief, but it's one of the best irrational beliefs you can have. You're just believing in yourself. Okay, so that is why believing in yourself is actually the strongest belief you can have, because many people can keep doing things if it looks promising and interesting enough, but the ones who are really, really greatly successful are the ones who keep doing this even though they cannot see that it's going to pay off in the end. Most ordinary people will give up something, when they think it's not going to pay off. But extraordinary people will say, well, it's not going to pay off, but I'm still going to do it because it's either that or nothing. And when you have that mindset, there's nothing stopping you, because that's what you're going to do.
It's almost like looking at pretty much anything is like, instead of being like, oh, I can't control 99% of it, it's like that 1% is sort of to do with your belief. And if you make that belief your like 100% view and you believe in yourself for that 100%, then you're giving
You'll say,
yourself at the
the other
very
thing is not
least the
quite
best odds.
Yeah. And when you do that, you'll actually find that you naturally get less interested in things that suck your time. And by that I mean things like Fortnite and Valorant and all these other games, tons and tons of games that can on your phone, everywhere, Facebook feed, anything that sucks your time, you'll be conscious. Maybe you won't, eliminate it completely, but you'll now be conscious because you know what is truly valuable in your life. You'll say, all right, I'm going to take like 20 minutes, and any more than 20 minutes, you won't feel a temptation. It'll be like you're sitting on a needle and say, all right, 20 minutes up and I'm starting to feel guilty already. So you'll start cutting short your escapes from the real work, saying, this is what I need to improve my life. This is what I need to get ahead and know something really fundamentally beautiful. And then 2 hours of Fortnite, and at the end, I don't know where the hell the time went. Okay, and so that kind of attitude slowly sinks in. It's harder for younger people to get it, I think, maybe because there's so many distractions and so many things, and the biological hormones and everything coming in your way. But once you get convince yourself that it's possible, you can actually just devote yourself to it. You'll feel the burning urge to just improve yourself and not waste time on useless entertainment, right? Because there's lots of entertainment out there. I've told a lot of my previous students too. Many of these games come with the pseudo kind of wrapper on it, saying, well, it's not just a game, it also has life lessons hidden inside of it, right? Or playing this game makes you a better social fit, or things like all kinds of nonsense values built into this. And people think, well, I'm not really wasting my time playing this game because I get to learn useful life skills by playing Valorant. And and okay, well, maybe you can learn life skills by learning this game, and maybe they're not 100% false by claiming that with their game. But really, it's like adding a little bit of flavor, chamomile flavor, to a large vat of sugar water and selling it off as a chamomile tea. Well, there's a little bit of chamomile tea in it, but the large part of it is just basically sweetener that has no practical nutritional value, just energy. And so it may be like it's a game, but it gives you a little bit of life lesson, but so it's just diluted. So you'll be able to discern and identify things like that better and say, well, you know what, it's a game and it promises to teach life lessons or trading or mathematical sense, but is it really giving it to me in a concentrated way, or is it just diluting it with lots and lots of ads and not even ads, just game experience that's feel good rather than make good.
Okay, I think there's the two main things you said was one thing about sort of time and almost like shifting your worldview a little bit. And it sort
Yeah,
of creates
yeah.
this feeling of like almost like dread and anxiety when you're doing things that you internally realize are not productive. And I
Yes.
think one way to say that is sort of like time goes from being a resource just to spend to like an impetus for action or something.
Impetus for action towards improving yourself. Improving yourself,
Yeah.
getting better at something fundamentally. That
Yeah,
you-
and then one thing I kind of push back on you on is the whole thing about games. So I think that in general, the vast majority of people consume games would definitely fall under what you say. In my personal experience, most games are like that, but there was one game which I decided to like spend a few months becoming like the best at the game, like in the world or whatever. And I did, and I actually learned a lot of lessons about learning from that game and getting a coach and learning and asking
Yeah, that's
questions.
great. Yeah.
And so I
I
think
totally
that
agree. I know,
if you
I totally agree. I know, yeah, I spent many hours, hundreds of hours on a game called RuneScape, for example.
yeah,
You know, for 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, until I got banned from RuneScape for, botting some of my actions. But yeah, I'm just giving you an extreme view. But
yeah,
at least you just need to be mindful of the number of hours spent. But I actually realized after the fact that I had wasted a lot of time on this game that, because I did want to do something and I didn't get to it. I think, maybe I was building the questing system at that time, or I had ideas about the questing system, but I didn't get to it. But after I stopped playing the game, I started building the questing system, and, for the next year, or, 3 or 4 quarters, I was building this almost exclusively.
All right, well, those are my questions. Thank you for humoring me for
Thank
a
you.
little
Yeah.
bit.
I'll see you guys next class, okay?
All right, see ya.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jesse.
Have a good one.
Guys later.
Have a good one.
Bye.